Jupiter is frequently mischaracterized as a failed star, a celestial body that missed its chance to ignite. However, the reality is far more nuanced and grounded in the fundamental physics of planetary mass. Composed of the same hydrogen and helium as our Sun, Jupiter shares the fundamental stellar ingredients. It possesses the basic building blocks of a star, but lacks the density to trigger fusion. To achieve true ignition, Jupiter would need to be 80 times more massive than it is. This vast chasm of scale renders the common failed label a mere piece of poetic exaggeration. Instead of burning with internal fire, Jupiter remains a planet at its absolute physical limit today. It radiates heat generated by its own slow gravitational contraction, glowing softly in the cold dark. It is not a star that stalled. It is the largest possible world that can exist. It exists without ever crossing the threshold into stellar status, remaining a giant among the planets. The gas giant serves as a testament to the precise gravitational architecture of our solar system. This architecture is required for our home to remain stable amidst the vast, empty cosmic void. The planet hangs in the darkness, a silent sentinel composed of swirling gases and immense pressure. Its atmosphere is a turbulent masterpiece of storms, clouds, and winds that never truly find rest. Deep within its core, the intense gravity squeezes matter into a state of extreme, dense heat. This heat is the remnant of its formation, a slow cooling process that has lasted eons. Observers often look at its size and wonder what might have been if it grew larger. Yet, its current state is perfect for the delicate balance that defines our own planetary neighborhood. If it were a star, the solar system would be a chaotic dance of binary fire. Instead, it remains a planet, a massive guardian that keeps the rhythm of our quiet system. The hydrogen and helium clouds swirl in patterns that have persisted for billions of long years. There is no ignition here, only the steady, heavy pull of a world that knows limits. It stands as a boundary marker between the inner rocky worlds and the outer icy reaches. The physics of its mass dictate the stability of every other planet orbiting our bright Sunday. Without this specific mass, the solar system would lack the anchor that holds everything in place. It is a world defined by what it is not, yet it is essential to everything. The poetic label of a failed star ignores the majesty of its actual vital planetary role. It is a world of immense proportions, a titan that commands the space around its orbit. Every layer of its atmosphere tells a story of gravitational forces acting upon vast gas clouds. The beauty of Jupiter lies in its restraint, in its refusal to become a burning star. It remains a cold, dark giant, reflecting the light of the sun rather than creating its. This reflection is a beacon in the night, a reminder of the scale of our system. We observe it through telescopes, marveling at the bands of color that wrap around its sphere. Those bands are the result of rapid rotation and internal heat struggling to reach the surface. The planet is a laboratory of physics, demonstrating the limits of what a planet can be. It is a world that commands respect, not for its fire, but for its sheer presence. The gravitational influence of Jupiter reaches far beyond its own orbit, shaping the entire solar system. It is the anchor that keeps the planets in their lanes, preventing total orbital chaos today. To call it a failed star is to misunderstand the elegance of its intended, stable design. It is exactly what it needs to be, a giant world in a perfectly balanced home. Even without nuclear fusion, Jupiter acts as a gravitational slingshot for passing comets and asteroids. It flings these icy wanderers across the solar system, sometimes acting as a protective shield. The famous impact of Shoemaker-Levy 9 demonstrated this violent, protective power in vivid, terrifying detail. Yet, this same gravity can nudge objects inward, creating potential threats for our inner rocky worlds. Jupiter is both a bodyguard and a loose cannon, balancing the safety of the inner planets. It is a complex role that requires the exact mass it possesses, nothing more or less. The next time you gaze upward, recognize that bright, steady point as a master of gravity. It is not a sun that almost was, but a planet that reached its maximum potential. It is made of the same star stuff as our sun, yet it remains distinct and cold. The heat it radiates is merely the slow, rhythmic contraction of its own massive gaseous body. There is no spark in its belly, no fusion flickering, and no engine idling for ignition. It sits 80 times below the threshold required to ignite the hydrogen in its deep core. It never struck a match, because it never had one to strike in the first place. The narrative of a failed star is a human invention, a way to frame cosmic scale. In truth, Jupiter is a triumph of planetary formation, a stable giant in a chaotic universe. Every living thing on Earth exists because this massive world stayed exactly as it is today. 4.5 billion years ago, the ingredients were set for a specific, quiet outcome. The solar system was built with this giant anchor, ensuring the stability life required to flourish. We owe our existence to the fact that Jupiter remained a planet, never becoming a star. It is the silent, massive guardian that allowed our world to thrive in the cosmic dark. The existence of life on Earth is inextricably linked to Jupiter's specific, carefully balanced mass. Had Jupiter been 80 times heavier, our solar system would have evolved into a binary star. A binary system would have created a chaotic gravitational environment, disrupting the delicate orbital dance. This instability would have prevented the formation of stable, life-sustaining orbits for our inner planets. Instead, Jupiter occupies a unique role as both a silent protector and a cosmic force. Its immense gravity acts as a massive shield, intercepting dangerous comets like Shoemaker-Levy 9 daily. Yet it simultaneously functions as a gravitational slingshot, capable of redirecting hazards toward our home. We do not live in the shadow of a second sun, burning with intense light. We live in the calm rhythm of a system balanced by a giant that never. The giant never ignited, remaining a cool, dark sentinel watching over the inner solar system. Every moment of life on Earth is a direct consequence of Jupiter remaining exactly what? It remains exactly what it is, a massive, warm, and permanently planetary guardian of home. Our fragile home thrives because this titan holds its position, never crossing the stellar line. The gravitational architecture remains intact, allowing for the slow, steady evolution of biological life forms. Without this specific mass, the solar system would be a graveyard of scattered, frozen rocks. Jupiter's presence ensures that the inner planets remain within the temperate, life-giving habitable zones today. The gas giant sweeps the neighborhood, clearing out debris that might otherwise threaten our atmosphere. It is a complex relationship, defined by both the danger it poses and the safety. The safety it provides is a byproduct of its sheer, overwhelming physical presence in space. We are beneficiaries of a cosmic accident that resulted in a planet, not a star. If the solar system were a binary, the tides would be erratic and unpredictable always. Life would struggle to find a foothold under the gaze of two competing burning suns. Instead, we have the steady, singular warmth of our sun and the distant, protective giant. Jupiter acts as a gravitational anchor, keeping the planetary paths aligned in perfect, circular harmony. It is the silent partner in our survival, working in the dark, cold outer reaches. The history of our planet is written in the craters of the Moon and Earth. Many of those scars were prevented by the gravitational influence of the massive, swirling giant. It pulls potential threats into its own deep, crushing atmosphere, sacrificing itself for our sake. This is the true nature of the Guardian, a world that absorbs the cosmic violence. The violence is absorbed so that we may continue to exist in relative, peaceful quiet. We owe our very existence to the fact that Jupiter failed to become a star. It is a paradox of physics that a failure created the conditions for our success. The threshold was never crossed, and for that, we remain safe in our quiet corner. The solar system remains a testament to the precision of gravity and the mass balance. Every orbit is a reminder of the giant that keeps the chaos at bay constantly. We watch the stars, but we should also watch the giant that guards the gate. It is a massive, warm, and permanently planetary guardian of our fragile and precious home. The story of Earth is the story of Jupiter, entwined in a dance of gravity. Without the giant, the dance would have ended long ago in fire and total destruction. Instead, we continue to evolve, protected by the planet that never caught the fire. The light of the sun is enough, and the gravity of Jupiter is our shield. It is a perfect arrangement, a balance that allows for the miracle of life here. We are the children of a system that is stable because of one massive planet. The giant remains, a constant, swirling presence in the dark, cold void of space. It is the sentinel that never sleeps, watching the comets and the wandering asteroids pass. Its gravity is the thread that holds the tapestry of our solar system together tightly. We are safe because the giant is exactly the size it needs to be today. Not a star, but a world, a guardian, and a silent witness to our history. The physics of the universe are cruel, yet they have provided us with this sanctuary. We live in the shadow of a giant that keeps the universe at a distance. Every orbit is a victory. Every day is a gift from the guardian of thresholds. The threshold remains uncrossed, and the solar system remains a place of life and potential, protected by the massive, warm, and permanently planetary guardian of our home. The giant stands firm, a monument to the stability required for our fragile existence here. We look up and see the stars, but we should honor the planet that guards. The planet that guards the gateway to our inner world from the dangers outside today. It is a massive, warm, and permanently planetary guardian of our fragile and precious home. The balance is maintained, the orbit is stable, and life continues on our blue planet. Jupiter remains the guardian, the silent, massive, and warm protector of our fragile, small home. We are here because the giant is exactly what it is, our silent cosmic guardian.